Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang his hole. Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang his hole. Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang his hole. Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang his hole.
It's King God.
Kill it, Eastro, 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 kill it. Killing Eastro say he coming through my back door. His cousin Jody crossed his head with my 44. He never had a bitch, don't know how to treat a hoe. Big tongue kissing in the middle of the dance floor. Now everybody watch your bitch cause he ain't had now. He used to jack his dick and daddy still smoke, yeah.
I mean, I feel that I don't save just as many lives as I done destroyed or whatever, I won't say, I'm just talking and how I talk, Y'all know what I mean. But you out here in the streets, man, your good have to outweigh your bad. But not only your weight scale got to be right, you got to have a good heart condition. Heart condition meaning, for y'all who don't know, heart condition meaning is who you are. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about life, how you feel about others, and things of that nature. So your heart condition have to be on par. You know what I'm saying? Have to be godly for, you how I feel for you to go through the things I went through and still survive. You know what I'm saying? Of course, God got to have his hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, fortunately, Jehovah God had his hands on me and still do throughout my life. But my no good deed goes unpunished. That's how I look at things. During the time of the Untouchables, the group that I was in, this is like the last leg of the Untouchables where Frank Nitty of the Untouchable had got popped for the last time, and he was in the Fed's custody, and only a few of us knew that he had got banged up again. You know what I'm saying? It was already looking for him anyway for numerous cases, and then they finally caught up with him, and the feds got their hands on him. So now, he's gone really. There's no way he's gonna get out this time. That's how that's what we knew. And like I say, it was only a few of us that knew this. The members of the Untouchable, which is the 4 members, and a few of our friends knew at the time that Frank had got banged back up, and he's it's a good chance that he's not coming back home this time right here. And there's a good chance that the group finna be dismembered, and it's over for the Untouchable because, of course, he was our financial backing, not only a member of the group, CEO of the group as well. So with Frank being gone, it was back to regular weed selling, robbery, and things of that nature. And I recall a friend of mine right now to this day. I just talked to him. He just came back from Cali. But he had called me. And he was not only a friend at the beginning stages of the group Untouchables. He came in he was brought in as our manager and started managing the group. Me and him was Geminis, of course, and we took a liking to each other a little bit more than any of the rest of the members of the group or the friends or whatnot. So we had a deeper relationship where, he came out to the projects, hung out, came to my house more than anybody else's house, things like that. So we had a little special bond, you know what I'm saying? So he gives me a call and he tell me, we just regular talk, man, what's going on, Tree? What's going on with you, K? And he ended up telling me that he was on his way to pick up this last key of cocaine that his cousin had done left. Now, his cousin is a person that was dealing with Frank Nitty as well. For as he was stationed out there in Arizona, Frank was getting the birds and the weed or whatnot from him. And like I say, my manager's cousin. And at this time, he couldn't get, for some odd reason, he couldn't get in touch with his cousin, and it'd been a week and a half, and he haven't got in touch with the cousin, and he had a whole bird sitting in his garage. Well, what he had told me was he was on his way to meet somebody at the gas station to sell the key off. And I'm like, oh, for real? You know, for real, how you make that play? You know, how you make that happen? And he went on to tell me that he got a call from Frank Nitty. And Frank Nitty asked him, did he have anything left? He had a buyer, and he wanted him to take it to the buyer. Now, my friend, the ex-manager of the Untouchables, I'm talking about, you know, K, I say his name, K. K didn't, he wasn't aware that Frank Nitty got popped. And he wasn't aware that Frank Nitty was in the Fed's custody, calling him. You know what I'm saying? Once he told me this, you know, red flag came up for me right off the rip because I know that Frank's locked up. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it was my partner only talked to Frank. He didn't never talk to anybody else about bringing. He talked to Frank. Frank called him from the payphone inside the place or whatnot and told him that he had somebody want to get that last key of cocaine. Could you meet him at the BP on Metropolitan or things like that? So my partner say, what time? Frank gave him the time. My partner said he'll be there. And plus, like, he wasn't no drug dealer type dude. Like, you know, he was a brainiac, you know, had the brains. That's why he was our manager. But he had the key in the house. It was left there. He didn't want it there. And he was like, why not just sell it off or whatever? It wasn't about the money, but he'll take the money. So he was on his way to meet the guy at the gas station. So when he told me that, in my head, like I say, I know that there's a good chance that the person that he's meeting is the DEA. And I know there's a good chance that Frank just set this whole thing up because I know Frank is in jail. I don't talk to him in the Fed because he don't call me or whatever to let me know. So with me being like, don't want to have nothing to do with it, just, you know, hands clean, I don't have nothing to do with it. I was just like, okay, man, well, shit, just hit me when you finish. Call me back later, whatever, you know. Then I just hung up the phone. So when I hung up the phone, man, you know, it probably took maybe like 4 minutes at the most. But I'm sitting in my chair after I hung up, boom. I just started thinking about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Frank, my partner, been riding with him, been eating. He done made a plate for me to eat. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the Untouchables done came very popular. It's a lot of things that came behind that where my resources have grew. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about what our Frank done did for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us putting us on, paying rents and lights and putting money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I just like, man, forget it. I don't got nothing to do with it, man. That between them. But like I say, man, once I got on that 4 to 5 minute mark of thinking about it, you know, me, myself, I started like, oh, man, you know, Trees, come on, Trees, man. Come on, Trees, you know. Fine with Black Bart. Black Bart like, man, hey, man, that's on them, bro. And I'm like, no, man. So I ended up picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? I ended up picking back up the phone and calling K back. And I'm like, listen, man, don't go make that play. He's like, what's going on, man? And I listen, just listen to me, man. Don't go make that play. Don't contact them folks. They call you. Don't talk to them on the phone. Just turn around right now, man. Don't go. So he was like, all right. So, you know, he hung up the phone with me. But what I didn't know was at this time, his girl was working at Southern Bell, which was like AT&T, you know, right now, whatever. But it was the phone company of Georgia, Southern Bell, back in the day. So he had a girl that worked at Southern Bell. So he ended up hanging up the phone with me, and he ended up calling her. Hey, check this out right here. Run this number back. And the number that he ran back was the number that Frank had been calling him from to make the play. And when she ran the number back, it went to the Russell B building downtown in Atlanta, which is the Atlanta Federal Building. You know what I'm saying? The DEA hosts the DEA and everybody there. You know what I'm saying? So once she called him back and said, hey, that number goes to the Russell B building, the Federal Building. Right then and there, he knew that Frank was setting him up with the feds. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up like turning around, disposing of the key of cocaine, and then answered no more calls from Frank, man. Real talk, man. And of course, he called me and thanked me. And like I say, man, that was years ago. And right now to this day, we get on the phone. We happen to take a trip back in memory lane, man. He'll thank me right now, man, because he was like, Trees, man, you really saved my life, man. Because if I would have took that key to them people, man, I would have been gone, man. We talking about at least, 7 to 10 years, man. And by you having to change your heart, it shows who I am to you, man. I love you for that, man. And just thank you, man. And like the next day, he came to my house, man. And when he got out of the car and walked through my door, he just hugged me, just gave me an embrace that, I would never forget, man. And like I say, right now to this day, man, that's my partner, man. You know what I'm saying? Big K. That's my homie. He have done work right now with me and Video Wayne. He did the first cover for New Orleans Exposed when we first came out with New Orleans Exposed. My partner K, he's into computer graphics and digital graphics as well. And he did the cover for New Orleans Exposed for us, man. So think about it. New Orleans Exposed probably came out maybe 8 years after Frank Needy had went down. Well, we'll say maybe 4 years after Frank Needy went down, man. And that cover, that New Orleans Exposed, it's our bestseller right now to this day. Even though we done changed the cover, but we had a deal with Blockbuster back in the day when Blockbuster was out, and that cover caught their attention to make us get that deal, and it all came from Big K, which he would never be able to do that if he would have been sitting in the federal institution, man. So that's how it is, man. That's what it is, man. Right now, TV and film producer Dontrece Knox, man, big shot to homie 50 Cent, We TV, Hip Hop Homicide, Season 1, Episode 5. Catch your boy on that right there, man. VH1 Behind the Music, Lil Wayne, History Channel, Gangland. Man, this is going down. American Kids for National Geographic Kids. This is the producer right here, man. Dontrece Knox, a.k.a. OG Black Boy. College Park, stand up. 3700 is in the building.
Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang this hole. Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang this hole. Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang this hole. Nigga, I'll bust your head if you bang this hole.
It's King God.
Kill it, Eastro, 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 kill it, Eastro.